stomach doesn't growl because I did not have breakfast for lunch.
All right, so you two can turn your microphones on.
Okay. Oh,
Just
Push
push
it.
it on it till it lights up. There you go.
Okay.
Check on sound on.
oh, sorry. My phone was, I don't know if it's making noise.
Okay, so we have some people signing on here, and I think I just want to. I don't know if anybody can hear me, but this is the Unity Point Hospice Memory Canvas class, and we have Ruby here, and we have Janet here to teach the class, and we are, let's see, we have 39 watching right now, 40. So my guess is we have some additional, some extras watching. And you know what? That's wonderful because this canvas that Janet is making for us today is a lovely memorial for whoever, it's just a lovely memorial for anybody. So even if you're not, don't have the kit, and want to watch, it's still a great video to watch. So Ruby, we'll let you go ahead and get started.
Yes. So yes, my name is Ruby. I work with Unity Point Hospice. In the last several years, we have partnered with Memory Bound to have a meaning-making creative event. It's a wonderful way in which we can honor our loved ones whom we dearly miss. And so I'm so glad that all of you are joining us today. We did have 30 participants sign up through Unity Point with our Unity Point Hospice program. I'm a bereavement counselor and chaplain, and so many of you have met me in various degrees, but I'm so glad to have you online with us today. And let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything. Oh yes, so for those of you who are participating, with those 30 that are participating, know that if you would like any additional support, maybe some one-on-one bereavement counseling, know that I am available for you and would love to connect with you. And for those of you who did not sign up for this class and are watching us and checking us out, I would also be available for you too, because as Unity Point Hospice, we also provide support to the community at large. And so maybe contact the store here and they can get a hold of me and I can reach out to you as well. So at this time, I will go ahead and turn it over to Janet, our wonderful teacher. And so how many do we have logged in at this time?
63.
63, okay. And what time is it, give or take?
11:33.
11:33, okay. I think that might give enough time for those that are signed up for the class to sign on. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll pass it over.
Okay. All right. And just know, I'm going to talk really loud. I don't know if you can hear me or not. You can hear me?
Really well.
Okay. All right. Just so you know that we will be posting this class after. It will be on our video on our Facebook page. So if you are not able to do the class at this time and you want to just watch and then play it later, you will be able to. So it will be out there for you.
Great. Can you hear me? Let me just do
Do
a
you-
microphone test. Make sure
Yeah, we
everybody
better
can hear
make
me.
sure that Janet can, or
Yeah.
that Kelly's going to go test and
Yeah.
make sure that they can hear you.
If you've never done a Facebook Live video with us too, you can always ask a question by typing it in to your computer or on your phone. And as we go along, if something doesn't make sense, or if you have any questions at all, be sure and just type in your question, and we'll be watching for those, and we'll be sure to get those questions answered.
I think it's just coming through the phone rather than the mic, but I can hear you just fine.
You can hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Okay.
But
turn it
it,
up.
We
well,
need
do
to
we
do it?
want to shut this
Should we
off?
try it?
We're gonna do a microphone correction here.
Yeah. So I'm just going to
Do I need
take
to turn
this
it off?
off. And then Janet, you'll just have to speak a little bit louder
Do I need
because
to turn it off and on again?
we're going to just take it off and
Use that.
yep. So
Okay.
you want to shut yours off? I don't know
Okay.
if that impacts it in any way, but
Completely
we-
shut it off?
yeah.
Does that sound a little better? And And if you want to give us feedback, you can give us a thumbs up or a heart or whatever by using the little emoticons on your phone. So those of you who signed up for the kit, thank you so much. We really appreciate that you're here, and I think you're going to love this project. So just to take a look at what we're going to be making, this is a 6 by 12 canvas onto which we're going to add some paper and a few little design elements. And then down here at the bottom is a space for you to clip a photo of your loved one. And what I love about this project is you can switch out this photo through the year. So if you have a special photo you want to start with, but as the holidays come around, you want to add a different photo, you can just easily take this one off and put on another one.
Okay.
So that makes this a very versatile project. And so when you have it already all done, you can just prop this up on a mantle or put it on a little easel and display it in your home. If you wanted to, you could even put a little hook on the back and hang it up.
Janet, do you want to read the poem to us? Because I think that's
Yes.
really meaningful.
Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day. Unseen, unheard, but always near. So loved, so missed, so very dear. So if you've lost someone in your life, I think you can all relate to that. I know I certainly can, and
Yep.
you probably can as well.
Absolutely.
So if you have the kit, let's go ahead and get started. And everything came in a large plastic bag. So go ahead and take everything out of your plastic bag. That includes the paper, the canvas, and then there's a small little bag of goodies. So take everything out of your plastic bag. And there should be a glue stick too. So get that out, dump everything out. And then the first thing I'm going to have us do is unwrap this canvas. So this has a plastic covering on it. And we're going to, didn't even bring over scissors, but we're just going to pull this open like so. And that reveals the canvas. So the back side we're just going to leave as is. And we're going to work on the front side. So I'll give people time to do that. Thank you, Kelly. Give people time to do that. So we're going to start our canvas by putting the largest element on first, and that will be the piece of paper that you have in your kit. And so this is just a piece of paper that has a wood grain on it. The other side is kind of a notebook paper, so we don't need to worry about that side. This is the side that's going to get displayed, and it is cut to the size of your canvas. So there's nothing you need to do to cut it, but we do need to put glue on the back of it. And what we're going to do, just to make things easy, we're going to put glue on our canvas, and then we're going to stick the paper to it. So here's how we're going to do this. If everybody wants to open up their glue stick, this is just a regular glue stick that operates like any other glue stick you may have seen, but it is designed specifically for crafting. And if you need to adjust the level of glue, you just twist the orange thing on the bottom. So I'm going to have us start by adding a good coat of glue to the canvas itself. And when I say a good coat, I mean a pretty thick coating, but not so that it's lumpy, but we want to hit most of the areas. The parts that we are most concerned about are the edges. So I'm making sure to pay attention to the edges, and I'm adding some in the middle, just like that.
And I know they can't see it. It's absolutely looks like white on white, but
It's there. It's there. And it's easier to put glue on the canvas than it is to put glue on the paper, because sometimes if you put glue on the paper, your paper can get stuck to itself. So once you have the coating on your canvas, what I would suggest is just stand your canvas up, stand your paper up, and kind of line up the two, and get them positioned so that you're lining up the corners, and just get everything nice and lined up so your paper lines up with your canvas. And mine is not quite straight, but I can just pick it up and scooch it over a little bit.
for those of you that are just tuning in, this is a class through the Unity Point Hospice department or area, and they have worked in their bereavement area with people that have had loved ones pass away recently. And so these were kits that they actually gave to their clients. And so this is not a kit available through Memory Bound, but thank you for watching. And this is certainly something that we would have the supplies here if you would like to make this or something similar to remember your loved ones.
Right. Thank you, Dawn. This is a project that anyone could make.
Absolutely.
So once you have your paper on your canvas, what I'd suggest is let's go ahead and turn it over onto your table and just press down, because we want those corners especially to stick really, really nicely. Can you see, Dawn, if we have any questions or if anyone's having problems with this first step?
I think everybody looks like they're doing well.
All right. It's funny not being able to see my students. So this is the first step. The second step that we're going to do is we're going to add this paper at the bottom. And I chose this pretty plaid paper because I think it works for men, for women, for any occasion, and it's a neutral color that would work in most any decor. So everybody has this plaid paper, and we're going to put it down toward the bottom of our canvas. So I would say just ballpark an inch or so above the bottom. And this time we are going to add glue to the back side of this plaid. So to the plain side, we're going to add our glue stick. And again, just pay particular attention to the corners. And then I'm going to come around here and put it about an inch or so above the bottom. Does not have to be precise. And because this is a paper that has a wood grain, it can kind of help you get it straight, actually.
That is nice.
Yeah, that helps a little bit. So again, once I have this on, I would suggest just turn it over on your work surface and again, press down, and that just gets it nice and tight. And hopefully that's going okay for everyone.
Okay, so Janet's opening her bag.
Yes, and if you happen to have a little plate or a tray or anything nearby, if you open your bag and kind of keep everything together, there are a lot of little pieces in this bag. So when you open it up, you might be surprised at how much is in there. But the thing that we want to do next is work with this poem. And our poem is going to go up in the upper left-hand corner, and everything is cut and prepared for you. So all you have to do is we're going to glue the poem to this brown paper. And before we do that, just take a look. The paper has two sides. The brown paper has a polka dot side and it has a striped side. I felt like the striped side was best for this project, so the striped side is what we want to keep facing us. So first thing we're going to do is take the poem, if everyone would make sure they have that, we're going to put glue on the back side of the poem and we're going to stick it to the brown striped paper. And again, the paper has stripes on it, so that can help you get it nice and straight. So I'm adding glue to the back side of my poem. Again, I'm paying attention to the corners. And then I'm going to stick it to this striped brown paper. I'm going to try to get it straight when I'm doing this upside down.
Looks perfect.
That looks okay. And again, just like we did before, let's just turn it upside down, kind of press on it, and that just makes sure that we've got it nice and stuck down. So we have the poem ready. And you can see in our picture of the completed project, we have the poem in the upper left-hand corner. So that's what we're going to do now. And I would say we're going to put it about an inch down from the top and maybe a quarter of an inch or so away from the edge. So that's what we're going to aim for. So I'm going to turn this piece over and I'm going to add glue to the back side. Is everybody doing okay?
Everybody thinks that this is a great project.
Oh, wonderful. I love that this has the flexibility that you can change the picture throughout the year, and maybe for certain holidays or a special birthday, you can just swap it out for another picture, and you're not limited to the many ways that you can remember your loved one. So now we have the poem in the upper left-hand corner. And again, if you want to just press down on your work surface, just to kind of give it an extra little push, just to make sure it stays in place, that would be awesome. Is everybody doing okay? I don't want to go too fast for anyone.
I think everybody is doing well.
Great. Well, next we're going to pay attention to the other little doodads that are in your bag. We've got some greenery here that's actually brown, and then some flowers, and then some little dots. Now let me just say that if you are making this for a man to honor a special guy in your life, if you want to leave the flowers off, you can do so. And it's going to look just fine with just the greenery. Should I say brownery? So if you want to pull that out, this piece is going to curve in toward your canvas. So we want to put it on the canvas so that the curve is going in like so, as opposed to going off the canvas. So when you look at this and you flip it over to the back side, there's a polka dot side on the back. That's the side where we're going to put the glue. So we're going to put the glue on the polka dot side, and then when we adhere it to our canvas, it's going to go on like this. And I would say, since this is kind of a delicate piece, we're just going to focus on the main areas such as the stem. And then that way, if we leave the leaves kind of free of adhesive, we can kind of bend them up to give it a little bit more dimension. So to start, turn your greenery piece over so that it's the polka dot side facing you. And you want to be kind of careful on this part. We're going to carefully add glue stick to mainly the stem all the way up. If that makes sense to everybody. You're going to want to kind of go a little bit lighter touch on this so you don't accidentally tear anything. And when that's done, you're just going to put it over here to the left-hand side of your canvas. If you want, some of the pieces can kind of hang off the edge a little bit, like so. Now here's a leaf that I feel like I need a little bit more glue on, so I'm just going to go back with my glue stick and add just a little bit to tack that down. Does everybody look like they're doing okay, Dawn?
Yeah, you are doing a fabulous job. Nobody has any questions yet.
Great.
As Janet mentioned at the beginning, if you do have questions or you are not able to keep up, just let us know and comment. Hit that little, what do they call that? The speech bubble down at the bottom.
Right.
And that you'll be able to comment them.
That's right. We're actually going to set aside our glue stick for a little bit. We'll get back to it in just a second. So just put your lid on your glue stick. We're going to turn our attention to the flowers now. And for those of you who want to add the flowers to your project, I can see I lost a little middle out of my one flower, but we have 3 tan flowers and 3 little brown dots that we're going to add to this. And let me show you what we're going to do with the flowers just to give them a little bit more of a lifelike look. In your instructions, I said bring along a mouse pad or a roll of paper towels if you have one. And I don't have a mouse pad, but I do have a roll of paper towels. And this is a highly technical thing we're going to do here. If you have a pencil with an eraser, you're going to use the eraser side and put your flower on your roll of paper towels or your mouse pad and just press down. And that's really all that we're doing here. And what that results in is a cupping of the flower. So it makes it look a little less flat and a little more dimensional. So no special equipment required. So we have 3 flowers. We're going to do that with all 3 flowers. I love this technique.
Very,
No special equipment.
no,
Very
no.
simple.
Everybody has especially these days, they're old paper towels. So now, if you have your tweezers, we had tweezers on the supply list too. For those of you who might like to work with tweezers, we're going to add a little brown dot to each of the flowers. Now, I put several in everybody's kit, just in case when you opened up your kit, these would fly out. So you should have a few extras. And you might be a tweezer person or not a tweezer person, but if you like to use tweezers, this is the opportunity to do that. So you're just going to add a little glue stick to the back of each of those little dots and stick them to the center of your flowers. Easy, easy peasy. But that brown just kind of ties this flower into the color of the greenery. So we're doing that on all three.
And Janet has it stuck to her hand.
I have it stuck in my hand. Yeah. All right. So now those should be ready to stick on your canvas. And I believe, yeah, I used the smaller foam dots to stick those flowers to your canvas. So in your little bag, you would have found 2 sets of foam dots, and one set is white and one is black. So for the flowers, we're going to use the black ones. And if you've never used these before, these are dimensional foam dots. And if you're a crafter, you know all about these. These are awesome. But they have sticky on both sides. They have a paper backing on both sides. So what you'll do is peel one off of your backing, stick it to the back side of the flower, and now when you're ready to put this on your canvas, you'll just peel off the back, and then that's ready to stick on. So let's go ahead and apply the foam dots to the back of each flower first. We'll get that done. And then we'll decide where we want to put them.
Don't forget to comment or ask questions if you are making this project and you don't understand something. Just let us know. Comment below and we will try to answer your questions. This is a memorial canvas that Janet is making for the Unity Point Hospice group. Their clients are making this memorial canvas.
My one dot wants to stick to my finger and not to my flower. This is real life. All right, hopefully that'll stick. Now you get to decide where you would like to put your flowers. And if you just take a look at mine, they kind of curve along the same angle as the greenery. So we're going to start with one at the bottom, one in the center, and one at the top. And they kind of go in an arc, I would say. But again, if you don't want to use the flowers, you sure do not have to. And you can put them anywhere you would like. Creative freedom on this, for sure. So I'm just going to add them, and all you have to do when you're ready to stick them down is just peel that top level or a top piece of backing off, and they're ready to stick. Simple as that.
Very cute.
So easy peasy. So now this space over here at the side is where you're going to put your picture. So if you have your clip, you can just go ahead and add that to the side. And that's ready to go. We're going to turn our attention now to the butterfly. And I just love this butterfly. I think it is so pretty. And butterflies are such a nice way to think about a loved one who has passed. But this butterfly has 2 layers. It has a tan layer that is on the back side, and it has this beautiful cutout brown layer on the top. So if you have your instructions handy, there is a picture at the bottom of what we're going to do with the tan butterfly. We're going to add some what we call foam dots or pop dots to the back side of the tan butterfly so that when we add it to our project, the whole thing kind of stands off the canvas. I don't know if you can see that, Dawn, but it's not stuck down tight to the canvas, but it's lifted up. So we're gonna add some dots in order to do that. So everybody, if they would go ahead and take out your tan butterfly, you will see one side kind of has an embossing on it, and then the other side is flat. We want to add our foam dots to the flat side. So you should have in your little envelope 4.5 foam dots. 4.5 foam dots. So we're going to put them on in this configuration. We're going to put a foam dot in each of the corners of the butterfly, and then the little one, the half one, we're going to put horizontally across the middle. So this should be easy to do. We're just going to add one to the back on each. I don't know what they call those quadrants.
Sure.
Butterfly quadrants.
Sure.
One to each, like so. And I'm just leaving the top part on that needs to be peeled off, and we'll get to that in just a second. And then there's another one that's a half that we're going to just put right across the center. So I'll give everybody a second to do that.
Okay, Jen says, one thing I found to secure the dot to the center of the flower and cup is a little more, is to apply the dot and then use the eraser paper towel roll technique.
Good idea. Good idea. Little extra pressure on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So once you have your pop dots in place, we're going to peel this off. So we have 5 to peel. I'm getting stickier by the minute. And I did bring wipes over, so you might want to wipe off your fingers. But now you get to decide where you would like to place your butterfly. And if you look at my sample, it's over here to the side of the poem, but kind of with the wings bent toward the poem. So I'm just going to put it right there. And you can see when I put him down on the canvas, he's kind of lifted off the canvas. So that gives it a little more dimension, and it looks a little less flat and more organic, I guess is the word. That's a big word. So now,
Sound official to me.
Yeah, it's inappropriate. That's a $5 word. Okay, so now if you've got your tan butterfly on, we need to turn our attention to the top part of the butterfly, which is the cutout piece. Before we work with this, I want to make sure that everybody has all the little innards poked out. So this is a pretty delicate die cut, and sometimes there might be a little piece that's still kind of stuck in there. So if you've got tweezers or something sharp, like a pair of scissors, make sure that you don't see any of those little interior pieces still stuck in. We want to do that before we proceed. For this piece, if you look at the sample here, we want to glue it down just the body only. We're going to put glue stick behind the body only, and we want those wings to stay lifted up so it almost looks like he's flying off the canvas. So to do that, we want the striped side to be displayed, so striped side toward you. All you're going to do is take the little wings and very carefully just kind of bend them upwards, just toward you. Nothing fancy, just kind of bend them upwards, basically so that when we turn this over, we can better access the body. So just like that, turn it over to the polka dot side. We're going to take our handy glue stick, and we're going to very carefully put some glue on the body. Just the body, not the wings. Hopefully everybody's doing okay with that. And then when you have that done, you're going to line up the brown body with the tan body. And they're the same shape, so that should be easy to do. You want to totally cover the tan body with the brown body. I'm just grabbing my tweezers to press down on that. Your pencil eraser would do the same thing, just to kind of push a little bit and keep those wings bent up like so.
Looks great, Janet.
That's it.
Looks
So
very
now,
nice.
thank you. With this, then you are ready to add your photo to the bottom. And for the sample, I suggested a 4x6 photo, but if you have a smaller photo, that would work totally fine. And again, you can switch this out as the year goes by, or as you approach a special birthday or a holiday where you want to remember your loved one. This is a fun way to be able to change those out and think about several memories throughout the year. So let me ask if everybody has finished their project or has any questions.
Let us know. Comment in the speech bubble below if you have any questions or about your canvas and we're not able to complete it. As we mentioned before, you are able to re-watch the video. If you weren't able to follow along and do your canvas, you can watch it again by going to Memory Bound and clicking on Today or Videos and watching it. Where did the poem come from?
I found it online, where the source of all things. It's a poem that I especially like, and I've used for a lot of sympathy cards and for memorial projects before, and I especially like that.
Very good. Natalie, she said she finished it. I love it. Thank you all so much.
Oh, wonderful.
This was a canvas that Janet designed for the Unity Point Hospice memorial for their clients. And Janet put this canvas together so that their clients could have a way to post pictures of their loved ones and to keep it on display all year to remember them. And what a tribute, Janet. I just love this. I love the poem. So for those of you who weren't part of the Unity Point program and would like to make something like this, Memory Bound does have the pieces for this, and you could recreate something similar to this. And yeah, what a wonderful tribute. Let's see, I'm reading all the comments now. You can also wrap the die-cut butterfly around a pencil a little, which helps keep the wings free, and it also helps with the gluing of the body.
True.
Very good, very good. And lots of comments. Thank you. This was great and easy to do. They love the poem. They love the color scheme. So way to go, Janet. Kudos to Janet for designing this for us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, my honor to be part of this effort. So.
Yes. So thank you to Ruby and to and to Unity Point for letting Memory Bound be to partner with you and to help with this wonderful, wonderful event and anything we can do.
Yes, and then for our Unity Point bereavement clients, just keep a lookout with your emails as far as any other upcoming opportunities in which to help remember your loved ones. So take a look at with emails in the next several months. So.
Very good. Thanks, Ruby.
Thank you.
And thank you very much, Janet. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Lots and lots of hearts.
You're welcome.